Hey everyone, out and about again today. Luckily not the weather that we had yesterday. We did have sun this morning, but it seems to have disappeared under the clouds again. But at least it's not raining. So I just wanted to talk about the industry and how I got involved. I've had quite a few messages, just kind of different people asking how I got into the industry, how do they get into it, all sorts. It's quite a challenging industry to break into, I won't lie. You know, when you're used to vet practice life, there's a high demand for vets, nurses, clinicians. In the more sales industry, there's a lot more people involved. But there's lots of different roles that you can go into. You know, I've done everything from sales, product management, clinical management, technical support. So there are lots and lots of different roles, but it is challenging to kind of break into this sector. What I would say is, I mean, I was quite lucky. I got to know my first company really quite well whilst I was still in clinic. I used to help support with some of the events, do a little bit of lecturing, and I got to know them quite well. So they then, you know, when there was a position available, I was kind of one of the first that they spoke to about that. So if you're wanting to break into this side of the industry, first of all, I'd say pick an area that you want to move into. So do you want to do sales, clinical support, etc.? And then think about the type of products that you want to work with. You know, there's capital equipment or there's consumables. So I've worked heavily with capital equipment over the years, which again is probably one of the harder sides of the industry. And then, you know, start to get to know the companies that you think you'd like to work with. Get to know what sorts of positions they have, how they work, what their recruitment process is. If you can, try and do a ride along with maybe their sales team or someone from the company, just to see what actually happens. You'd probably be surprised what it's like being on this side of the fence, rather than just kind of what you think it's like being in clinic. I think I certainly had my eyes open to how things work on this side. So definitely kind of encourage getting on a ride along with maybe the sales team or someone from these companies. And just form a relationship with them, you know, see if there's any lecturing that you can do with them, any events that you can support with. I find that's the best way to kind of break through that initial barrier. So that would be my kind of first bit of advice. Certainly explore what you think it is that you want to do in the industry, and then what sort of products you want to work with, how you want to work with them, and then start getting to know the companies. That's probably the best way, I would say, to break through. So if you have any further questions around breaking into the industry, I want this page to be all about you guys having the opportunity to ask me questions about what I do, whether it's advice on how to utilize your products that you have in clinic, even if it's, you know, not directly something I work with, but just business management in general. I will be looking at kind of bringing in some coaching sessions shortly. So if that's of interest to you, please let me know. But otherwise, thanks for taking a few minutes to listen. I hope that was helpful.